Hello,
Press
everyone.
open.
Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here today with a very, very special edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. I'm sure you fans of the 90 Day UK franchise recognize the young man sitting to my left. Let's all say hello and welcome Jamie from this season of 90 Day UK. Hi, Jamie. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. My pleasure. Like I said, big fan of you, big fan of your podcast, and I follow it, and I think it's brilliant. So thank
Thank
you for
you.
inviting me on.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. So, like I was telling you, we are huge fans of the 90 Day UK franchise here. I mean, we think it's a breath of fresh air. We love the couples, we love the accents. How has the franchise gone over in the UK? Is it a big hit also?
It is quite a big hit. I sort of people watch it a lot, and I still get sort of recognised as well and everything. But I think it's a lot bigger in America than it is here. So maybe because of it's our accent and the stories are good.
Right,
Who knows?
exactly, exactly. So my first question is, what made you decide that it was a great idea to broadcast your love story, not only to UK audiences, but to United States audiences?
Well, first of all, I've always been a fan of the 90 Days franchise. I've watched a few of the US seasons. I've watched all of the UK ones. I've always been in long distance relationships, sort of,
Okay.
since I was young. So when I'm at work, I talk about it a lot to people. And my friend said to me, "You need to go on 90 Day Fiance. You've got a good story because I'm going in and telling people." And they said, apply for it. I thought, you know what? Why not? I'm a fan of the show. I'm in a genuine long distance relationship, and there's a lot I feel like in my story that I need to share, that I want to share to people because
Right.
a lot of people are in similar circumstances as me. So it's good they can maybe learn from me and everything. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for it and just share my life. Hope it's interesting.
There you go. So you mentioned that you were a big fan of the 90 Day franchise. Who were some of your favorite couples?
I love Sean. I thought Sean was brilliant.
Okay.
He was good because he was also dating a Filipino called Kathleen.
Yes,
And
yes.
I thought, okay, yeah, I can relate a bit to him. I thought Richard was an interesting character. He was quite interesting. And sort of like Jose and people like that on series two.
Right.
Sort
Is
of
there
been,
anyone from the US franchise that you could think of?
um, I didn't watch too much of the US one, but and is it Gino?
Yes, Gino and Jasmine.
Yeah, Gino. Yeah, yeah. I think they were very interesting
Yes.
and great TV to watch.
Oh, yes, they are. They are great
Yeah,
TV. So, how long ago did you film?
I filmed. It was last year, sort of towards the end of last year
Okay.
until sort of mid this year.
Okay, so how was the whole filming experience for you?
It was good. I had to take a lot of time off work, so my
Right.
bosses weren't very happy at all.
What do you do for
But
work again, Jamie?
I worked for TfL, Transport for London.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm like an
Yes.
operations officer. So I'm sort of on street dealing with like taxi
Right.
touts, mini cabs, customer service, work at stations, and it's good. I enjoy it.
And so how long were you filming for?
So I was filming for about a good September, probably about a good 10 months or so. Must have been about 10 months.
Okay.
It was long days, very, very long days. Tiring, very tiring, but I enjoyed it. I did have a good time. Lots of ups and downs.
Yes, I could imagine. I could imagine. So here's the question that I bet everyone is wondering. How is your current relationship with Kathleen?
Yeah, my current relationship is going very well. Unfortunately, she's not with me now. She's still in Cyprus. But hopefully, sort of my sort of plan sort of early next year is to work on the visa application and sort everything out was, with that. So far, I mean, we're still together, we're still engaged, and things are better, a lot better between me and her.
That's
I think
great.
the communication's a lot better now. We're arguing less, and we've sort of come to an understanding, and probably jumping the boat a little bit. But with my parents as well, relationship's gone a lot better.
Right. I
So
was
looking
going to
positive.
ask you, how has the tension been between Kathleen and your mom? Is it still there? Has it eased up a little bit?
It's stopped, which is really really good because my mum has spoken to Kathleen since the show,
That's great.
and which is brilliant. And obviously, she's watched Kathleen's watched the show, including the tell-all and everything. So,
Right.
and they've sort of come to an understanding now. And the good thing is that my mum's not speaking to Tess, which is good as much.
That's great.
So, really, really pleased with that, and it is just getting better.
And that is great. So, what did Kathleen think when she heard on the tell-all about the money test?
She wasn't very happy. Was not very happy at all because obviously she didn't know about it.
Right.
I only found out probably a couple of weeks before my mum went on the tell-all. Um, I mean, yes, it wasn't very nice her doing that, but kind of understand being a protective mum and wanting to see, right, I want to trust Kathleen to do that. But I did explain to Kathleen, reasons why my mum did do it. And she sort of, she was shocked about it because she's not a thief. But she sort of understood. It took her a while.
Right. But she eventually understood. Um, Now, you and Tess weren't together for a long period of time. Why did your mom feel such a connection with her?
I would honestly say the connection was down to, I mean, first of all, I'll probably say a bit of the obvious, but they're very similar ages. My mum and Tess. Tess is a lot closer to my mum's age than
Right,
obviously Kathleen is.
right,
So they kind of got on with, similar ages. And I would say another thing is Tess is a very good talker. I mean, her communication skills are brilliant. Like,
right,
she really loves to talk. I mean, with Kathleen, bless her, she's more like reserved, she's more quiet. She keeps a lot of things in her until she knows the person well. But with Tess, sort of, she, says everything. And my parents, just like open communication, type of people. So
right,
that's why
exactly.
they sort of got on and everything. And with Tess, she would be like, always make the first move. I'll say to my parents, oh, let's go out, let me treat you, let's go for a drink. With Kathleen, she would wait until say, oh, let's go out for a meal. So yeah, it was that.
Yeah. So what would you say to those that just say, "Oh, he's just a mama's boy"?
I mean, Mummy's boy is extreme. I would say I'm not a mummy's boy. I'm more like I'm very close to my mum. I
Yes,
honestly, I mean, you probably do. We're like two peas in a pod. We've been through so much together, that that wasn't actually aired on TV. Like for example, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, which is a type of cancer in 2021,
yes.
and she was always there for me. But prior to that, a couple of years before that, my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I remember sort of looking after her and I mean, my dad as well, looking after her. But I remember, helping her. She had all wires on her, so I had to help her out the bath, everything.
Right,
It was a lot. So we both been through cancer together. She was my rock, and I was her rock, and
right.
we are very similar in character. But what you see on TV with the constant, mum's doing this, mum's doing that, it's magnifying so much.
All right, you're seeing those scenes where you want to call your mom and she's doing stuff for you. It just makes it seem like you're a
It
mama's
makes
boy.
it
But I totally understand where you and your mom are coming from. And when she revealed about the Hopkins lymphoma during the reunion episode, I said that's the piece of the puzzle that was missing.
Of course. I mean,
Because it
as
wasn't
well.
mentioned during the season, and that's all that they had to do is just put that, in during the season, and it would have made sense.
Yeah, I mean, we did sort of mention there's a lot. Remember, with film, sometimes 8, 9 hours a day, and you can only
Right.
get a 2 minute scene out of it. So
Exactly.
a lot of it, unfortunately, didn't get aired because obviously the other couples are in it as well. So it's not just our story. I mean, I'll give you an example. Like, I think I was out in a restaurant with Kathleen. We went to that restaurant and I was on my phone the whole time. I mean, we were there for 2 hours. I wasn't even on my phone that much, just a few times. And as well. And what I was doing, I was trying to get my mum and Kathleen's relationship closer by calling my mum, just so they can talk and sort of build a relationship.
Right.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted that to happen. And even, I think when I was by the beach and I called my mum and I wanted my mum to talk to Kathleen and just sort of build a relationship.
A
That's what I
relationship.
was trying to do. Yeah, slowly get my mum and Kathleen on good terms as well.
Right. And it seems to have worked because you said that they're on pretty good terms right now and things are going good.
Exactly. That's what I wanted, That's what I wanted, just for them to, just to talk, because I think it created a lot of pressure for me as well, because Kathleen would blame me that my mum's not talking to her, and I just wanted a family unit,
Right.
you know?
Right. You just wanted everybody just to get along, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's what that would be, that nice dream world. Everyone, gets along with each other.
Right, exactly. So, name one quality that you love about Kathleen the most.
Oh gosh, it's hard to be honest, it's hard just to think of just the one. I mean, she's very kind. I love her kindness. Believe it or not, she has an amazing sense of humor as well. She really, really does.
And they didn't
Incredible.
show that much,
No, they didn't. I
you
mean,
know?
it was filmed, but
Right.
they took the
Yeah, they didn't
funny
show
bits
them.
out. They
Exactly.
didn't show. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was filmed for 8 hours a day, a lot of funny scenes. They don't show that, so it's just really hard. Like some bits I'm thinking of, like, no, you should have kept that in the show. It would have brought
Right.
out Kathleen's character. And as another quality about her is that she's got a lot of empathy,
Okay.
which is brilliant. I mean, she's a great listener as well, and she's really, really, really kind.
So, is there one thing that you could think of that kind of bothers you about her a little bit?
If you asked me that a few months ago, I would probably say the communication skills.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's got a lot better now. The
Right.
communication between me and Kathleen is, I wouldn't say perfect, but the trust and communication's getting a lot better. Um, but a few months ago, I would say it would does bother me, the communication. For example, if I annoyed her, upset her without me knowing, she would just hide in her shell, and I'm like, "Tell me, what have I done?" And she just doesn't like the confrontation.
Right.
So
Right.
I just wish she would communicate with me better. I said it's got better, but
Right.
yeah,
Exactly. So, what recommendations would you give to someone who was in a dis long distance relationship?
don't do it.
Don't do
I'm
it.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. No. Um, I would say uh, trust is very important. Definitely. Bear in mind they're in another country. You're here. Don't I can't even speak. Bombard the person with constant messages, texts, and just have that space. You need space, even in a long distance relationship. Space is important, and
That's a
just
great piece of advice. Space is important in a long distance relationship.
it is definitely, because I used to always text Kathleen. She used to text me, "What are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you?" And it would get too much sometimes.
Right.
Uh, but it's good to speak to them. Obviously every day, but just not 24/7.
So, are there any misconceptions that you've seen that you want to clear up about yourself or your relationship with Kathleen?
I'd like to say Kathleen is not that irritable or moody all the time. she was camera shy, I know that. She would do like a long day at work, like a 12-hour shift, and straight after it was filming. And, she works really, really hard. So you probably saw Kathleen not in her best of mood, best of
Right. Oh
time.
my goodness. So she was working and then
Yeah,
filming after work. Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. 12-hour day, and then we would film for 3 to 4 hours maybe. So she was
Right.
very tired. She's a domestic nanny, so she's cleaning houses, babysitting, look after children, cleaning, ironing, you name it. And
Right.
she was very tired. And then obviously, time we finished, it'd be midnight, 1 in the morning. Then in the morning, she'd go to work at like
Right.
5 in the morning, and it would just be a really long day. And I like to clear that up because she's not always irritable, as it shown on there. She has got a
Exactly. I
bubbly
mean,
personality, and
if I was working those long hours, I would be cranky as well. So,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I was lucky. I was in another country. I wasn't working. So if I was
Right.
working and I had to film straight after, like doing filming in the UK, I would make sure that I would be off the day of work because I couldn't go straight from work doing a 10-hour day straight to
To
filming.
filming.
It's
Right.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's fun, but it is quite tough to do sometimes as well. So, and for me, my concept, I would say I'm not always constantly phoning my mum, and I'm not always doing that. What you see was snippets of
Right.
the filming and everything like that, and I don't always rely on her. I would say I am independent, but what you see, yes, she does help me,
Hmm.
but what you see is just magnifying. That I can do things myself. And when I was phoning my mum, like I said before, it was more to do with getting Kathleen and my mum to get to talk.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, where would you like to see yourself 1 year from now?
I would like to see myself hopefully married. I would like to get married. That's what my New Year's resolution, because I've been out with Kathleen for a long time, and I want her to know that I'm not all talk about this relationship. So
Right.
I would like to definitely progress our relationship and just see, where it takes us.
There you
Or her to
go.
come here, that would be nice. I'd love her to come to the UK, and she's never been to the UK before. So
Would you like to live in Cyprus with her if the opportunity comes up where you can have a job there and be stable? Would you go live in Cyprus with her?
probably not. Reason being, I've got quite a good job at the moment that sort
Okay.
of pays me like quite well, and the wages in Cyprus are a little bit different. I'm not as,
Right.
so, and I'm enjoying with working in TFL. It's quite a secure job as well, and you sort of can progress.
Right, exactly.
So I would
Exactly.
like to, yeah, stay here and obviously for Kathleen to come to the UK, or but who knows? Who knows what happens? But that's sort of what I'd like to do is stay here because I've got a home, got a job, got friends, family, and
Exactly.
Kathleen would love to come to the UK as well.
So, do you have a final message for the fans?
I'd just like to say thank you for watching the show, and thank you for being a fan of me, and hopefully I gave you a bit of entertainment and everything. And I was just myself on the show, so hopefully I came across genuine and just sort of my bright side and positive energy. And I hope people's learned as well, sort of learned from me about the the process and everything. And it's just been amazing. If you see me on the street or everything, or want to add me on Instagram, please do. And if you want to chat or even advice, I'm here.
Let the fans know where they can find you on Instagram and social media.
Yeah, my Instagram is Jamie, oh yeah, 90 Day Fiance UK.
Okay, so guys, go follow Jamie on IG and thank you so much, Jamie, for joining me. And please wish Kathleen well. Say hello to your mom for me. I'm a big fan of your mom. She would crack me up. Her
Yeah,
one-liners. She is
she's
quite
brilliant.
amusing. She is quite amusing. So thank you so much, Jamie. And thank you
Will
everybody for
do.
watching us.
Thank you for having me again. Once again, I will pass the message to my mum as well. And thank you so much.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.